Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Flower Friday. I am doing this episode one day late. I got really busy yesterday and had a lot of things to take care of, so by the time I had a chance to do the video it was too dark in here and I didn't want to do one with bad lighting again. So I decided to wait until this morning. We're going to be making rolled paper roses today. I know I did the flower or the fabric roses last week, but I was looking, I swear I did a video on these already, but I couldn't find it in my Flower Friday videos, so I'm not sure if I did it really far back when I first started making videos, you know, the archives where nobody really checks anymore. So if you're, kind of new or, maybe not so new, but just haven't seen this video yet, this will be a good video for you guys to watch because these flowers are really popular. They're very easy to make too. So here are just a few of them that I've made recently. And you can see that they're all different and they all look different. And there's different ways to make them. The way that I make them is I fold the paper over. A lot of people don't fold the paper, they just make it with a spiral cut and then just leave the top, just the straight top. And I'll show you how to do that too. But with this one, I fold it over. So let's go ahead and get started so we can get this video finished and it doesn't turn into another 20-minute flower video. What you'll need is just a piece of scrap paper. I'm just going to use this Christmas paper here that I happen to have laying on my desk. And I'm going to cut out a 4x4 square. You can use whatever size square you want, but I'm going to use a 4x4 square because that makes a decent size flower. Okay, you don't have to use a square. You can use a rectangle. In fact, most of these flowers were made with just scraps of rectangle-sized paper. I didn't even bother to cut them down. So that's just something, that you can think about. And I did cut this one down because a lot of times when I'm making them for other people, I do cut them into squares. Okay, so we've got our square paper cut down to 4x4. All you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to round off these corners. So I'm just going to round those corners. Once you round the corners off, and I'm gonna draw on this just to show you, you don't have to draw on it. Okay, you don't have to use a pen or pencil. You can just draw from, from whatever you want. But I just drew a little spiral on here, and that's just going to be my cutting guide. Okay, and like I said, you don't have to do that. And I never do it. I'm just doing it just to show you that you can, just in case you're afraid to just cut. But I'm just going to cut around my paper. And I'm not even following the lines. I'm just using that as a guide. Okay. All right, so there's my paper, okay, and it's cut out. Now, you need to wet the paper if you're going to use my method because otherwise it's going to be really hard to fold. So I just use my spray, and it's just a clear glimmer spray. And I just give it 2 shots with the spray, and that's a lot of liquid, okay, but it's going to make the paper nice and pliable for me. All right, so I've got my paper sprayed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round this edge off. Okay, and you can do that before you wet the paper, by the way. You don't have to wait until after. And then whatever part of the paper that you want to be showing is the side that you're going to fold. Okay, so I want my designer side to show. So I'm just going to fold halfway down all the way around. When I come to the corners, I'm going to fold straight across, and then I'm going to fold like a triangle. Okay, and that's going to give me like a squared off edge. And that's what I want. So I fold all the way over, fold a triangle, fold all the way over, fold a triangle, fold all the way over, fold a triangle, and do the same thing all the way around until I get to the very bottom of my flower. Okay, and that's going to be your little rounded edge part. Okay, now I fold toward myself. You can fold whichever way you want, it doesn't matter, but I fold toward myself because it's easier. So I'm just going to take my paper and I'm just going to fold it down once, and I'm just going to make that right angle. Okay, same as you do with the ribbon rose. So you do that, and then you're just going to tighten this up, and you're just going to keep rolling and rolling until you get to the end of your paper. So I'm just going to keep rolling. This is very easy. It'll be done in just like a couple seconds. Okay. And then when you get down to the end, okay, you'll have this nice tight flower. I'm going to let it out just a little bit because I don't want mine to be that tight. Okay, so if it was a dry paper right here, it would just spin out on you. But since it's a little bit wet, you have a little bit more control. Okay, so now you can see that you have this little paper flower rose. It's just a little bitty bud, really. So I'm just going to add, oh, my hot glue's got a little bit of stuff on it. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue. My glue gun is just now warming up. Okay, just put a little hot glue on there, and that'll make it stick, and there's your flower. So really pretty. Okay, and now let me show you one other way that you can do these. I'm just going to eyeball a square here. Okay, instead of folding it over on this one, we're not going to fold it over. We're just going to roll it. Okay, so I'm just going to start and make my little swirls. Okay, I'm going to cut my edge. All right, now whatever side you want to show has to be coming toward you, okay? So if you want the green to show, then you're going to fold it this way. If you want the decorative edge to fold, you're going to face the paper towards you, the decorative edge towards you. So I'm going to fold my 90-degree angle, and I'm just going to start spinning, okay? And this one will be a lot less symmetrical, I guess is a good word for it. It'll be more crazy looking. Okay, and it also goes a lot faster because you skip that one step. So you just keep rolling until you get to the bottom. Okay, and now this is a dry paper, so I'm going to let this unravel just a smidge. See how it just goes by itself? You kind of have to really kind of hold on to it and control it. Okay, so I'm going to just fold that little edge over because that's what I'm going to glue. And then hold it. I'm going to put some glue right there on the end. Okay, and then I'm going to put my edge right down in it. Okay. So now that's what this paper looks like. That's what that rose looks like. So you have a folded one and one that isn't folded. Now I also have a die that you can use with this. It's the Sizzix Spiral Garland, and I'm sure you can't see it, but it just cuts out this nice spiral design, and this is perfect for very symmetrical rolled roses where you don't have the extra piece, you know, like the dimension to it. It'll be a flatter rose. It's only about maybe ½ an inch wide, so it'll be about the height of this rose, but with no folding. Okay, and I know that that wasn't what this die was made for, but that's what I use it for. So again, it's the Sizzix Spiral Garland. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.